Anything goes with Alex and Dan. This the podcast that you need. You just gotta tune in. Let's go. Anything goes. A couple of guys that keep the convo popping. Intellectual, thought-provoking, interesting, and sometimes joking. Sharing their opinions. Join in and listen. Let's go. All about connection. You really just don't know what you're missing. Anything goes with Alex and Dan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, baby.
Anything fucking goes. What episode is this? Do you know?
5?
Nope. This is episode 6.
That's what I said.
Called you out right away. What are you doing? What is that? It is. That is water. Okay.
Thing I have ever had in my life.
Is it really though?
It is so good. No taste. But it tastes.
Isn't it like $7 a can?
That's $1 something.
Where do you even buy
Speedway.
that from?
Speedway.
Oh, really?
This is the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Cool. It's just water.
Mm-hmm. Just water. Mountain water. Drinking water from the Alps.
What's the best thing you've ever drank?
The best water I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, we don't need to see it. It's fine.
Well, whoever we is not you. So.
I'm drinking water too.
Yeah,
the best
tap water Flint can offer.
Yes, exactly. I had my water tested. I might be safe.
The test might be a little off, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's just a negative.
I doubt it.
So, hey, so what'd you think about last time we recorded? It was a little weird, huh?
Yeah, are you putting that one up?
Oh yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It was all right though.
Yeah, you look like shit.
I was off.
Yeah, you feel better. How do you feel now?
I think I called you a flab at one point.
Yeah, you said I was fat. Yeah, you said I was fat.
No, that's not. Definition of flab is fat.
You definitely directed it and like you called me fat. And after that, I cried. Yeah,
I was hallucinating. Well, you're not skinny. It's okay. You cried, you said? You cried after?
No. How was work been? You enjoyed having me over there so much yesterday.
It's such a long week. And here's another thing that I got to point out. Why do you always want to talk about work?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about work? Okay.
No. What do you want to talk about? Because hold on. Because we left. Yeah, I won't ever. We left last episode off of you talking about work, about you standing around for 10 hours. So I introduced this episode about work because that's how your week went. The audience, the last time they heard, you felt like shit. You cut the podcast and you had to go to work the next day. Why would we not start there? But it's fine. We can talk about, fucking water or something. Go ahead. I'll wait. Lead the fucking way.
Here's what you've brought to the table so far. A can of water.
Stunning personality.
First of all, is
average
it cold?
Looks, below average looks. Yes,
how's the temperature?
Cold. It is cold. Fresh outside the cooler.
33, 34. 47.
I did get home and I showered, and I didn't put it in the fridge right away, so it probably went up to about 38. But it's still cold. Like the can's cold.
Not optimal temperature.
It's optimal for me. Continue. Next topic.
Okay, then we go to work.
No, we don't have to talk about work.
One of our most menial jobs in the world.
Let's talk about your dog.
What? My dog is not back there. Why'd you point back there?
I just went like this.
Talking about my dog?
Yeah, let's talk about your dog.
He's a little pooch, dude. He's actually,
I'm done. I don't care. All right, next.
Do you know if dogs can have OCD?
No, I don't know. Why would I know that?
Gus,
pull it up.
Always say that, but we never actually have a person that.
So on your stream where it says disable streamer mode, there's a X at the top right. Click it. That way, if you put it on YouTube, it's not going to show up as streamer mode. It's just going to show our faces. Up at the top right.
I see.
There you go.
Well, did you learn who told you that?
I do it every time.
Because last episode that I just got done editing, fruitlessly for. It was up there the whole time. So
we don't.
It was from your stream.
You took my VOD.
I always take your VOD. You have better audio.
Okay. Now that I know that,
and I don't want to fuck with my audio levels. I don't care enough.
Okay.
Yours are good, so I just use yours.
We have Gus who looked it up. We have our own fact checker and Mira. Compulsive disorder occur in dogs, although not with great frequency. And then Gus corrected her and said canine compulsive disorder, which is CCO.
Oh, no shit. Like, for real?
I don't know. That's just what they're saying.
Okay. That's
Gus
cool.
is part troll, so he could be really fucking us up.
That's fine, because I'm just going to take that as pure fact.
Gus
and I think my dog has it. So, like, my dog he has one specific ball. Like, and it's this bright green.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his balls. I was like, why are we talking about your dog's balls?
Well, they're gone. He has one specific ball, like
just
toy.
He's drained into that. Yeah, they're gone.
They are. I took him and got him. Yeah. I think he's still mad at me about it. He looks at me every once in a while like, the fuck, man?
You didn't even give him fake ones? You bastard.
So he like obsesses over this ball. Like I literally have to put it away. Like it has to be put away. You get the ball out, and he turns into a fucking like he'll just like the whole time, and
just stare at it.
Yeah, he'll just stare at it, and then play fetch with it. And he'll go and he'll as fast as he possibly can grab it into his mouth, run back as fast as he possibly can, set it down right next to you, and just stare at you like this until you do it. He won't eat. He won't go if you take him outside. He won't go to the bathroom. Like this is what he'll do with that ball, specific ball. Any other toy, he's just like, oh, whatever. But and I don't know. So he's a fucking weirdo, and I love him to death. You brought this up.
I literally couldn't care less. But
you're about to fucking fall asleep over there already. I mean, this is great. I love this.
We were up early today, so
we're up every day early.
Not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not gonna get up early tomorrow. Well, I mean, I probably still will, kind of, because it's Sunday. And
no, early. What's early?
7.
7 o'clock on Sunday. What the fuck? What are you doing?
This is my internal clock.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like swear at you. That's just a fucked up time.
You definitely meant to.
Yeah, definitely won't wake up before 7 on a Sunday.
What time do you usually wake up on the weekends that we don't have to work?
Well, it'll probably be like 9:30, 10.
That's still a pretty good time. It's still AM, Anything after 10, I feel.
I know, right? It's like I feel like the day is already gone and like wasted, and I feel like shit the whole day. Especially
on a Sunday, because you got to go to bed semi-early because you got to wake up.
It's like, oh, great. I have 9 hours of just doing nothing. Great.
So I looked at our overtime sheet, and it doesn't say that we have to work on the Saturday for Halloween.
Right.
So we might get that off. And it also didn't say about anything about 10 hours that week either.
Oh, we're working 10 hours. That's for these 2 weeks. They're going to post another one.
I mean, you're going to be working 10 hours since you're now 30 trucks behind.
No, I'm not. First of all, you don't know this.
I do. I talked to Jason yesterday.
Oh, yeah. You talked to Jason. Yeah, because Jason knows fucking everything.
I mean, he's in the meetings. Why are you getting so hostile?
In the meetings. Why are
you getting so hostile?
He's in the meetings.
Which they talk about how slacky
you're just gonna talk shit.
You were gone for a week. Nobody's gonna blame you for that. You were on your deathbed. You didn't text or call anybody. You were just you were almost dead.
That was the sound I made constantly.
Yeah, and then while you were dead, Tony tried to get you guys ahead, but you came back this week and ruined it all.
Right.
Actually, I don't think you did.
There it is, right there.
I don't think you did.
Came back this week.
You didn't have anything to do. Well, you did, but you did your job this week. You did your job this week.
You can't help it. You went back to fucking work. Okay, here we go. I got a fucking.
It is a mutual topic we can talk about.
I have an activity for us to do that's not relatable to work. I want to set a timer. Since you sit there and say and you talk all this shit about having dead air and this, yeah, I'm hostile. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to set a timer. You have the floor for 5 minutes. I'm not going to say a goddamn word. I'm going to set the timer. This is unedited, uncut. For 5 minutes, I'm going to stop you
because I don't want to do it. I'm not going to talk for 5 minutes. I'm not going to talk for just 5 minutes. Go ahead.
You do it, and then I'll do it.
I'm not going to do it, but you can go ahead. I'll listen. I'm a listener. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're doing this.
Yeah. I'm the Tom Segura to your Burt Kreischer right there. You just like to talk over everything.
No, you're doing this. I'm going to start the timer, and I'm not going to say another. I don't see you. Then we're going to sit here in silence for 5 minutes.
I will end this podcast and start one with somebody else.
You wanted to do? You really want to do that?
No, you put too much work into it.
Okay, so
but I will end this call.
I'm going to start the timer.
I'm not doing it.
And you can't talk about work. You talk about anything else you want.
I'm not going to talk.
You really not?
No.
And that's
I'm not gonna have dead air for 5 minutes because you're forcing me to talk. I want to.
Why can't you? You don't have any stories.
That's not. It's not that.
What is it then?
I was trying to.
Why would you?
But you keep cutting me off.
Why would you not talk for 5 minutes? Just because I
by
want
myself?
You to?
Who wants to do that? I have 0%.
There's
zero.
seven.
Zero.
There's
zero interest in doing that.
There's 7.5 million podcasts that probably 80% of them are one person that do nothing but talk straight.
Yeah. Bill Burr has one.
Okay, so
Bill Burr has an exciting life. We don't.
Hey, don't put me in that. I can do this activity. I can talk for 5 minutes without. You want me to? You want to start a timer?
No, because I'll talk to you. We're having a conversation back and forth. That's what a dual partner podcast is. If you want to talk by yourself, I'll hang up and you can talk to your stream.
I like this. Is good.
You'd probably start arguing with yourself as much as you like to argue.
I actually do that.
Yeah, internally or externally? You voice that shit out?
If I'm alone in my house, yes, I will be out loud doing that. What's that called? Is that a condition?
Yeah, it's called being a psychopath.
Is it really?
Probably. Talking to yourself? Yeah, you could be admitted.
You don't talk to yourself?
I have an internal monologue, but I don't voice outside. Did you know that I heard some people don't have internal monologues?
What?
Yeah.
Like who? No, those are the psychopaths.
Yeah. I've seen it on Twitter because one guy tweeted out and was like,
"That's why they go insane because they don't have nobody to talk to." Because
it's like even like I wonder if like people who need to make decisions, do they not talk to themselves and weigh pros and cons, or are they just like, white can or purple can, and they're like, purple can.
My thing is, I'll talk to myself like if I'm alone in my house, I will talk to myself as if I was talking to another person.
That is crazy,
and it's completely out loud, and I will answer. Like no joke. Like this is me. Okay, I'll be in the kitchen, right, and I'm alone in the house, and I'll be like, "Man, I wonder what." Like, let's say I have nothing going on. I'm like, man, I don't really want to mow. This is me out loud. I'm not saying this in my
hurry
head.
up.
Okay. We have all the time in the world.
God.
What the fuck? Okay, that pisses me off. That was mean.
You just said this is me talking out loud, and then you fed a little bit, and you're like, okay, this is me talking out loud. Like if I'm like, I know. What did your lighting just change?
Nope.
It looks better. Am I crazy?
Cool.
What are you doing right now?
I don't know. I just shut down. I shut down. You can't yell at me like that. My camera keeps going out of focus.
Okay.
I don't know how.
You want me to fix it right now?
Oh my!
Do you want me to, or you want to just run?
Yeah, I would love you to.
I don't believe you.
No, I really would. Okay. Because I keep seeing it. I'm looking at you, and then I'll see it go fucking wonky.
You have what camera do you have?
Logitech.
Do you have the Logitech?
Okay.
On your On your Streamlabs right there, you know where your camera capture is?
Yeah.
Did you buy another monitor yet?
What?
Did you get another monitor yet?
No.
Okay. Where your camera source is, right click it and go to properties.
Yeah, the one that's not activated?
Yes,
is that what you're
that's
talking
fine, yes.
Okay.
And then go to configure video.
Yeah.
Okay, turn autofocus off. It might be in the second tab.
Configure video, it doesn't do shit. It just...
Another tab should be popped up on your monitor somewhere. Sometimes it likes to hide behind things.
All right.
This one, I wonder what it feels like.
Configure video.
It froze your camera, but you're good.
Am I frozen?
Yeah. We'll do it after stream. I'll teach you after stream.
How do I unfreeze my camera?
Close everything out you just did.
Okay.
And I guess I'll do it. Hold on. I guess that's what I have to do. I turn my camera off, turn it back on, and it popped yours up.
So it's all your fault.
I guess.
Like always. Like everything.
What?
What do you mean, what? I was playing English. I didn't even stutter that time, and I usually do. It's all your fucking fault.
No, it's not.
So I'll be like upstairs, and I'll just be like, man, I don't want to mow the yard today. Well, you probably should mow the yard today because it's going to rain tomorrow. Yeah, well, fuck it. I just want to play video games. And then I'll be like, well, what game do you want to play? I don't know. I really like Far Cry. I'm fucking crazy. That's literally what I do. And I'm by myself completely. Am I the only one? I wonder if I am.
No, I'm sure there's other people, but in this conversation, yes.
I've done it before where someone would come home like as I was like a teenager.
They're like, "What the fuck are you talking?"
And then like my mom would come home after I'd get home from school earlier than her from work, and I'd be just talking straight conversation, and she'd like walk in and like, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah, who's here with you?" No one.
Now I say like action words, like I'll be like, "Ah, shit," or like weird, like or like swear words, like what are those adverbs or something like that when you describe? I don't know, but like I'll say that, but like to have a full-fledged conversation, nah, nope.
I whispered myself to sleep last night. Just talking about life, But out loud, whispering.
You need better help, I tell you.
They're not gonna help me. That's not a fucking crisis line. Hey, I got a joke for you. You want to hear a joke?
Sure.
It's a pretty long one.
Yeah.
And it's all right. You don't have any jokes? You want to go first?
Tell me the joke.
No, I want to build it up for a second. Do you have any jokes? Yeah. You're not a joke person.
Yeah, but it's an inappropriate one I heard back in middle school, so I'm not gonna.
This is inappropriate too. This is like the most. It's not good.
Need a new chair.
Okay, so apparently not.
We need to get a sponsorship so we can get new things. Look at this thing. It should not be rocking.
We're talking. I need to talk to you afterwards because speaking of that. So, anyways, we have. So there's a couple, right? Guy and a girl, and they're living together. Guy works a lot. Girl doesn't work a lot. She's stay at home, doesn't do shit. He's like a CEO of a company, and he has to travel a lot. She's a hot fucking girl. And super hypersexually, and like he knows that if he goes on a trip and doesn't get her something to keep her occupied, she's gonna go fuck another dude, cheat on him, all that shit. So he goes to the store, like the sex toy store, and he's looking around, he's trying to find something to buy. And one of the workers come up to him and say, "Hey, what are you looking for? Anything in particular? Something for you? What?" He's like, I'm looking for a toy for my girlfriend. I'm about to leave on business, and I need something to keep her occupied while I'm gone so she doesn't go fuck other people. And he's like, okay, well, were you just looking for like a dildo or something? And he's like, yeah, maybe, but not really. You know, she already has dildos. I need something that's really, good. He's like, oh, I got this new product in, and it's called a voodoo dick. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's called a voodoo dick. You want to see it? And he's like, okay, sure. So he goes in the back, and he comes back with like this nice like box. It's all carved and everything, and it's got a lock on it. Unlocks it, opens it up, and looks like a pretty, nice sized dildo, but it's just like laying there. And he's like, what's so special about it? And he goes, okay, well, watch this. And he goes, voodoo dick, doorknob. And the voodoo dick starts floating up. And he goes into the doorknob and starts fucking the doorknob like crazy, vibrating, doing all this crazy shit all by itself. And the guy's like, holy shit, what is going on? And he's like, well, that's what it does. You just say voodoo dick, my pussy, and you just let it do its thing. And he's like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm buying it. Purchases the product and goes on his way. But then he's like, wait, how am I supposed to put this away? It's just fucking the doorknob. He's like, oh, you just got to say voodoo dick back in the box. And it floated back and went back into the box. And he closed the box for him. And he bought it and he went on his way and he showed us, came home. And then the morning he was leaving, he's like, hey, I got a present for you. Here's a toy for you when I'm gone. He's like, all you have to do is say voodoo dick, my vagina or my pussy, and let it do its thing. And it's a toy and it does it automatically. And she's like, oh shit. All right, cool. And they say their byes and he's on his way. And so he's gone for about a week. But after a couple days, she starts getting really horny. And she's sitting there by herself, not doing much. And she remembers the toy. So she gets the box out, unlocks it, opens it up, gets ready and says, voodoo dick, my pussy. Floats up, goes to her, starts going at it. Best orgasm within 5 minutes. Lets her keep going for a couple more orgasms. She's loving it. It's great.
Damn,
it's the best.
What is this joke? And you heard this in middle school?
Oh yeah, this was like fucking 7th grade.
Okay, continue.
So and then eventually she gets tired. She's like done. So she's trying to pull it out. Won't come out. And keeps going at it. So after a while, she's like, I don't know what, it's like stuck. Literally stuck in her. So she's like, I don't know what to do. So eventually, after a while, she's like, I gotta go get this taken out. I have to go to the hospital. So she gets up and she goes to the car and she's like trying to drive, and every couple minutes she'd have another orgasm. And she'd like swerve and speed and this and that. She couldn't keep control of the car. So she ends up getting pulled over. Cop comes up. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you driving like this? And she's like, I got a voodoo dick in my vagina and I can't get it out and it's making me orgasm. And he's like, wait, what? And so she's like, I have something stuck in my vagina and it keeps going and I can't get it out. It's called a voodoo dick. And he says, voodoo dick, my ass. Pretty good joke, right? It's a little long.
It was terribly long.
I told you it was long. Jesus, I didn't say, hey, I have a really short joke for you for a podcast.
Christ. You talked about dick for 15 minutes.
No. Voodoo dick. It's a difference.
If you had to put a color on a voodoo dick, what color would it be?
Definitely neon gold.
It's like gold?
No, neon gold. There's a difference.
Right.
A lot of specs. I don't know. What the fuck kind of questions is that? That's your fucking question at the end
I'm trying
of the
to
joke?
imagine what the fucking voodoo dick would look like.
Well, you to use your imagination, what color would it be for you?
I don't know. I'm thinking of like old and grungy and like grayish. Yeah. You know, like from fucking, like the Salem witch trials, right? It's not a new voodoo dick. It's something that, you know, they put a fucking, like down in Louisiana, they put a spell on it, you know? So it's like old and like the original paint's like wearing off. So it's probably, I don't know. Probably passed through a couple of hands and assholes, you know?
Right. True that. I like that color. Gray and old. Cobwebby. Sticky.
Okay. All right. So.
What?
Next.
God, you can't have a dirty conversation for the life of you, can you?
Yes, I can. Do you believe that wearing headsets for a long period of time creates a dent in your head?
A dent? No, but it messes with my hair a lot, and I'll feel like a wave in my fucking hair.
So I do that because, like, obviously, we know Tim the Tap Man and Nick Merckx has dents in their head. Okay? So
no, they don't. That's fake.
All right, next time.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Tim
you
the
know
Tap
that?
Man.
I didn't cut you off. Like.
No, the Tim the Tap Man. No, you did. You said, Dan, what are you doing? Tell him a fucking joke, asshole. Listen. Anyways, so Tim the Tap Man has a dent in his head. Was he born with it?
We don't know. I don't know.
Where was this going?
They got dents in their forehead, their heads, right where their headphones sit.
And they think that it's from the headphones?
But I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Well, what do? Do they fucking use the headphones like super tight on their head?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, Tim the Tap he's bald. He's bald, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's bald. He's bald.
Like that's all I do is watch Twitch.
He's bald.
He's a Twitch streamer, right?
I think he moved to YouTube. So no,
he does.
He's not.
You know, he does both. Get out of here. My 13-year-old son watches him, and I'm like,
he's
why do you
YouTube.
watch him?
He has a contract. He can't be on Twitch.
And then he throws his fucking plushy penguin in the screen, and I like, oh, I get
Kevin.
it. And then I walk away.
If you could be a full-time streamer sitting at home, would you do it?
Oh no.
Well, some people don't like that. You know,
I would love to wake up at 4:00 in the morning every day, instead of pretty much waking up when I want to and stream when I want to. And stream what I want to. I can keep going. How I want to.
How I want to, when I want to,
but
if I want to.
But you wouldn't. I know you. We had that conversation. You would. That's the last thing you want to do is actually be a full-time streamer. Yeah, remember the other day when we were talking?
No.
Yeah, you were like, I was like, why don't you like actually try and become a streamer? And
it's not guaranteed.
No, because what do you mean? Yeah, of course, nothing's guaranteed in life.
Okay, I wouldn't become a full-time streamer right now because I know I wouldn't make enough money to do it. If I made,
no, you specifically said, I do not want to be. You actually said I don't want to be a streamer anymore at all. Like you don't want to do this.
What are you doing right now?
I don't know. I'm fucking with you.
What are you doing right now? My memory. I am a goldfish.
I'm messing with your CTE right now.
Stop playing with me, all right?
I'm activating
I'm literally going.
Wait, what did I say?
When?
No, I know that's like the main thing. What you want to do is.
No, it's not even that. I mean, I do love it, but like, I'm nowhere near for that. Like, I would have to.
No. We don't have to be realistic on this fucking shit, dude. What would your schedule be if you could be a full-time streamer?
I would stream at night.
So what time do you wake up?
Early in the morning.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'd still wake up early.
And then you would work out.
I probably would work out.
Oh, you think you'd work out if you didn't have a full-time job?
I think so. I really think I would. If I'm not at work for 10 hours out of my day, it leaves me 14 hours to sleep, kids and video game, yeah, I would work out. If I stream, because I would probably stream for about 6 hours a day. About 6 or 7 hours, yeah. So if I started...
Every day?
It would depend. That would depend.
No days off? What days off?
I don't know. That'd be a good question.
Whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah, whenever I want.
That's the beauty of it.
I'm taking today off.
Yeah. That's why it's awesome. That's why I get jealous when I see big streamers that really don't have like a... Like it's like watching me sitting there playing a video game. They're just like... And there's like 4,000 people watching them.
That don't make sense. I can't stand an inactive.
Thank you for the follow.
I can't stand an inactive streamer. Like active.
Well, I mean, you're mostly on your phone when you're streaming, so. I love you. No reaction. This is why we do this, is because you love being abused.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to be.
Yeah, you did. You like yesterday. You're like,
damn day by day.
We're doing a podcast on Saturday. We could do it on Saturday.
Do you want to know why I want to do it on Saturday? So I can just get it over with.
And and literally same. I don't want to have to do shit tomorrow and think about it and be like, hey, when do you want to start doing this? Oh,
did you think I was going to say no today?
Later. Yeah, I did. Well, I went on Discord and it said, do not disturb. And I'm like, what the
fuck? I can't remember why I sent that like that.
And then I text you, anyways, disturbing you. And then you're like, oh, hell yeah, dog.
Nope, not what I said.
That's what you said. You're like, hell yeah, dog. Okay, go ahead. I'm waiting.
Dan Carpetwriter.
With a Y. And a hyphen.
Are you still down to recording to the podcast? And I put ye. Y-E.
Ye. Which translates to, oh, hell yeah, dog.
Where? Czechoslovakia or something?
No, it's an acronym.
You literally make me scratch my head.
You just scratched your cheek. That's not your head.
Where's it at?
On your ass, bro.
So
okay. Sorry for cutting you off. I did not mean to. Go ahead.
Did I say anything?
You said so. You want to drink alcohol so bad.
Fucking bad. It is so. I would just want to take this shot. That's all I want to do.
No, you're good, man. You're almost done with it. Halfway.
Yeah, I'm halfway.
Wait, we're halfway done?
And I have no like Halloween parties or anything as of yet, so there's no like drinking there. That was really hard last year. I had a Halloween party, and I went there and I.
Do you usually have them?
I don't host them, but I went to one.
No. Do you like dress up and everything?
Do you remember? Have you ever seen the show Real Monsters?
Yeah.
Do you remember the big dude with the hands and he held his eyes?
Yeah.
That's what I went as.
What's his name? I forgot.
Yes. Kevin. I don't know.
I think it's Carl.
I think it might be Joe something. This is Joe Mama.
Well, that's cool. That must have been the most annoying costume in the world. Just doing this the whole time.
I didn't.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Let's see how long I can do this for. Go. You were saying so?
You just let me know. I'm gonna go fucking play New World or something.
No. You said so. You were gonna talk about something. Oh my god!
I don't remember.
It goes.
Yeah,
your
I don't
fucking
remember.
CTE bullshit. God, you have the fucking. You don't even have the memory of goldfish. Can like at least do a lap or two around the fucking tank and be like, oh, well, I know that plant. You are fucking a gnat that just got squished. There's nothing, man.
What are you doing?
Waiting for you to remember.
I don't want to remember.
Why?
Because
I need you to bring something up. I need a story from you. I want to know your life, man. Everybody people listening right now want to know your life. They don't give a shit about me. They want to know your life.
Why?
Why? What do you mean? Why? Look at you. You have a perfectly shaped nose.
Are you saying I have a big nose?
Is thick? No, it's perfectly shaped.
Where? For what?
You know, a person that has CTE. No, you're just gonna scroll through your phone again.
I just replied something.
Replied with what?
Nothing.
Let us know.
No.
What?
Nothing. My mood is going down.
Oh, it's going down? That's the best thing about it. Like, is it because of me?
No.
Are you sure?
It can be.
Yes, please. It's my superpower.
Dog, I thought when our boss walked up to us the other day, he thought we were like really like yelling at each other.
What do you mean? We were.
Yeah, okay.
There was
you were trying so hard not to laugh. You echoed your voice.
You could hear the echo of my voice after every sentence. Everybody in the shop was like, "Oh, he's gonna throw a punch."
You ain't gonna do. They were like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. Dan."
He's about to take his hoof and put it right in
his hoof.
Yeah, you know these fucking turds right here. Put them right in your fucking teeth. Yeah, look at that camera. You need another water?
I do. I only bought one.
What?
What
was it, 13 ounces or something?
16? Yes, almost. It's 16.9.
You can go get some water. I can talk shit about you.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, here we go. 8th grade. Your best memory of 8th grade.
I don't remember being in 8th grade.
Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking fall over.
I don't remember 8th grade at all.
Really? No, for real.
Yeah, I remember playing football in 8th grade, but I don't remember anything. I don't remember who my teachers were. I don't.
Okay, so hold on. How many concussions have you had because of football?
3 or 4.
And you're a quarterback?
Yeah, and free safety.
What kind of shitty O-line did you have?
I played free safety as well, so I,
then you led with your head? That's not good. It's called a wraparound, buddy.
I had a concussion while I was in junior high.
What were you playing?
Defensive end.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't remember the other concussions. I don't remember when they were.
Did you ever have
I had one where I actually blacked out.
How big was the actually blacked out?
Yeah,
like you woke up in the ER like
no. Like when the hit happened, I blacked out. I don't remember what happened. And then I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But they're like, you need to go see the trainer. And apparently I was gone for like 40 minutes, but I don't remember. I remember walking off the field and I don't remember anything after that. I remember my mom picking me up. Like they wouldn't let me drive home. It was that bad.
No, what position were you playing then?
I was playing free safety at the time.
Free safety. So did you get a concussion while being a quarterback?
No.
Should have stayed at that position. But I can't even see you like being able to hand off the ball, let alone pass it. So
I can't see you standing up straight.
I can't either. I think I have scoliosis.
I do have scoliosis.
Do you?
Yeah. So
how's it feel?
It's really bad. I can only sleep on my left side.
Only
my right side. My right side. I can't sleep on my left side. I can only sleep on my right side. And I think
so. You're also telling me.
Why do you ask me to talk, and then when I talk, you cut me off? Like,
no,
man.
No, because you were confused about right and left. So I'm asking you, do you know you're right and left?
I'm just gonna let you talk. You asked me, I want to know about you. I want to know your life. And I'm sitting here talking to you, and you're like,
I can respond.
Why are you gonna cut me off though? Wait till I'm done. I'm done. You can talk.
Oh, is that what we're gonna do the whole time?
No, it's not. Just wait for a pause. I'm like done. mid like bleh. I'm like vomiting out words, and you're like, bleh, bleh. You almost did it again. You just remembered. You almost did it again. Not 30 seconds after we just got. So when I don't talk, when I had to go for a school physical to play football, and they told me, I think it was my 10th grade into my junior year, or one of the two. You were trying so fucking hard. Look at your face.
I'm just gonna take a drink of water.
It's gonna come through your nose. They told me I went to the doctor's office for that, and then I felt a little dehydrated, and they noticed that my left rib stuck out further than my right, like the bottom down here, it sticks out further than right, not by much, but you can notice it. And the doctor literally said, "Oh, it's probably because he's dehydrated." So I went there for that, and then I had a school physical, and I went to a different doctor for it. And, they have you do the touch toes and they look at your spine. I had been playing football for 4 years, and nobody said a word. And then I got to my sophomore, junior year, getting ready to go into it. And they were like, "Did you know you have scoliosis?" And I was like, "No, I have no idea what that is." So they took me back. They got a whole bunch of x-rays. They did all that. And they were like, I have like a 17% curve, and it's like mid back. They were like, "It's not enough for surgery, but it's too much for a brace," or something like that. They were like, "You're just going to have to live with it." So, and then they were like, "If you continue to play football, you could possibly become paralyzed from the neck or waist down."
Okay, that was a good pause. All right. So, one, did it hurt when they touched your ribs and found out it was different?
Why would it hurt my ribs?
I don't know. Like, did they poke your ribs?
No, I physically, like, maybe back then, I can't remember, obviously. Sleeping, I still probably had the same pattern, but I never really said anything due to I was like growing football all day, blah, blah, blah. I just thought I was sore. But like now, and so anyways, what they did was that, you shouldn't play. And I was like, well, I'm going to play anyways. And what I did in the off season was I strengthened my back so much that it led me to continue to be able to play, because I like protected my back. So if I got hurt, it would be protected by more muscle than it would be like exposed. So I continued to play. But yeah, to this day, I can only lay on my left side for a very short amount of time before I have to switch back over to my right, because what it does is it pops like this. So, and it's uncomfortable all here. So if like, if I'm ever sitting here playing and you guys just kind of watch me go like this and twist and turn, it's because it's genuinely my back is in a lot of pain. But
you do that like every 2 minutes. So is it always in pain?
Yeah. So I am always in pain. I don't know what pain is not. The only time I've never been in pain is when I
ever get a chiropractor?
I haven't been to a chiropractor in like 10 years.
But you've been
once. Yeah.
Did it help?
I don't know. I can't remember.
So the doctor said you have a chance of being paralyzed. That's literally for anybody that plays football. You always have a chance of being paralyzed.
Yeah. But they were like, I was at a greater risk, because if I took a regular hit that you might hit might be okay, but if I got hit the right way or the wrong way in my back or something like that, and because of the way it was sitting, it could hit a nerve or tweak a nerve, and I'd never walk again.
And that is why clipping is illegal in the sport of football. Kids, don't block in the back.
Sure.
Baby. Anyways, so that was crazy. I didn't know you had scoliosis. I guess you never brought it up, though.
Yeah.
And I didn't rub your back very often, so.
No, you kind of owed me on that one. I'll charge you back.
I'm a really good back massager, so if you really want one.
Oh, really?
Call me up.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Don't be tickling and nothing.
I'm not ticklish.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm really not.
I could
swear on everything.
I could tickle you.
No. The only place that kind of
back your knees.
The place that kind of gets me is
upper thigh.
My feet. But like other than that, it's not even like if you sit there and go like this, it's not ticklish. It's one of those you just run your finger across it to get me, but after that I'm fine. No ribs, no under the arms, no neck.
I'm ticklish as fuck. You can poke my forehead and I'll be like,
why do I doubt it?
I don't know. You've never done it.
Yeah.
You can try it one day.
Oh, I
just
will.
Like, boop, and I'll just start giggling.
I won't, though.
What do you mean?
I'm not just going to randomly walk out and poke your fucking forehead.
You're going to leave a dent in it?
Yeah.
Just fucking be like,
that's what I'll do to your forehead. What are you playing today?
I'm going to cut out from the time you went up and all the way to the end of that scoliosis story. It's gone. That's done. That's worthless. Garbage. And I don't know. I think I'm going to. I might
hold on. I gotta go look for the fuck I give. I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, then you cut it out and act like I've been gone for a while. Okay, you're gonna go play?
No, like it might be under. Look at your desk behind you.
Nope, it's not there. I can see it through the camera.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. That orange light. Yeah. What is that?
That's not a fuck that I give. So what are you playing?
Okay.
It's a light.
I might.
It's a light. It is lit up.
Yeah. Why is there a light just laying on the ground?
It came unsticky from the wall, and I just haven't climbed underneath there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You are a lazy person. So I might get into Far Cry 6 again. I don't know. I haven't played it in a while, but I don't think I want to play New World because it's just too grindy for me. And I don't have friends, so.
Join our world. We'll help you power through your missions.
I have to literally go through and restart a whole character.
You know where you want to be at. That's what we do with everybody that comes to our world. We just power them through the missions, and they get leveled up quick.
What world are you?
Vid Blaine.
I'm writing it down.
You didn't write it down.
I did. In my mind.
Show me.
So I might get back into.
What is this then? What did you do?
Did you bring it back? Whoop. You know how I talk to myself out loud?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I put things in my mind. I have to write it down with my hand.
What world did I say we were in?
Vid. Donkey.
Yeah, that write down was real good.
You do need a new chair. What kind of chair are you going to get next?
I want to...
Does it rock like that? Did it always rock like that?
Yeah.
Or have you just worn it down?
I've actually had this chair for like almost 3 years and it's still going strong.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
How much was it?
Quite a bit of money. Almost $300.
No way.
Look it up.
I'm not going to do that. I believe you. Okay, I can't just... What does that say? ODC?
I'm not going to voice the company. Why don't you look right here? What is that? OP seat?
What's wrong with you? Why can't you voice that? It's a company.
Yeah, I know, but in the end, there's a chair sponsorship that I really, 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 really want to get. So I'm not going to do any type of promotion.
Okay, so you want me to cut it out then?
No, you can say it. It's part of the podcast. Anything goes. All you do is.
I mean, you're not acting like that.
Why not? What if I cut you off? Because I didn't say a brand of a chair.
See, there it is.
Because what is? Did you see something?
I was about to say something, and then you cut me off.
I was finishing my sentence, so you were going to cut me off.
So how come you were in such a bad mood yesterday?
I wasn't. I was in a good mood.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good mood.
Yeah, I was pretty good.
Oh. Well, you yelled at everybody.
You yelled at me where your voice echoed off the ceiling.
After I was just, fed up with your attitude.
We hardly talked.
That's all. You don't need to talk a lot to get an attitude from someone.
I didn't give you an attitude.
Yeah,
you instantly gave me an attitude and was like, I don't want you here.
No, that's not how that works.
That is word for word what you said.
No, yeah, eventually. But it was afterwards. I just want to know if you're okay. You good?
I think so. I'm tired.
So? You just yawned and I fucking yawned too. That's terrible.
Yeah, you cut me off, so.
I know. I hate it. I hate that, like, when you see someone yawning. What is that? And you just start yawning yourself.
I don't know
how they say that yawns are contagious. You know why you yawn? You know the reason why?
Yeah, you're deprived of oxygen. Oxygen, right? Or is that why you burp? Or is that why you burp?
No, that's why you yawn.
Yeah.
Burping is gas in your stomach releasing. That's why you fart too.
Okay, that was my next question.
See, that's why I cut you off, because
you're such a scholar.
And that's not true. What was your GPA in high school?
No, not good.
You're not going to get into a GPA in high school. The most worthless number in the world.
I was so lazy in high school. I only had a good GPA during football season, so I could stay eligible.
You really were into football, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you cared.
I did.
You went to college for football.
Nope.
Or wait.
I went to a college for football, but I did not go to college for football.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nobody was scouting you or nothing, right? Like,
I don't know. They wouldn't tell us until, like, it was really at the end.
Nobody went up to you and was like, "Hey, do you want to join this?"
They wouldn't do that. Team? They would talk to your coaches. You're underage. They can't do that.
Don't they do? Oh, okay.
They really? Yeah, they talk to your coaches, and then they talk to. They
can't go to your parents and be like,
yeah. But they talk to your coaches first.
But I also want to sit with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened to.
Off a movie?
Yeah. Is that fake? Is that not real? That's not how that works.
Are you going to let me tell you how it usually works?
Go ahead.
Usually what they do is if they hear about your name, they want a highlight tape. And the person that puts that together is your coach. So that's how you do that.
Man, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Like,
at least you have one. So I don't know.
So you had no clue, like that. Okay. We're done.
Probably not.
I'd have to. I wonder, because I know my brother played football in college, but it wasn't like, it was like a division. It was bad. Like Defiance in Ohio. Like, I don't know how the tiers go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how is that? How do you know how that goes? What is it? What is it, like AAA or something like that?
Yeah, it's a lower tiered school.
Go all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. You still
what would that be?
I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know what the tiers are.
No, like, yeah, he was there, but I wonder how that process went, because I know the coaches were really a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, really helped him get in. And then those were the coaches that I had my freshman year. So they knew who I was. That's why they called me Low Carp.
Low Carp.
Low Carp, because my brother was Big Carp. And then they realized how unathletic and terrible I was. And they were like, "Oh, God, we don't even want you on this team. And we can't even get enough people to make a full team." So, well, what it was I was the smallest kid in my freshman year. But from 8th grade, I got fat. I got fat from 7th and 8th grade, and then went through like summer from 8th to 9th, and I grew up and I got skinny as fuck. And by the time I was in 9th grade, and I went through like the summer camp and stuff, so it was just conditioning and shit. So I really lost like everything. And by the time I was in 9th grade, I was like one of the smallest freshmen on the team. And most of the linemen were like seniors at the time, and they were gigantic. And I just go to the line, the lineman like group, and they're like, I remember his Coach K, he just looks at me and he's just like, "The hell you doing here, Low Carp?" I'm like, this is all I know, man. And he's like, okay. And I got my ass fucking killed.
Yeah.
Oh, fucked up bad. But I could take a hit. And after a while, they're like, a couple weeks or probably a month in, the head coach comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you want to try something new? You want to try a different position? That goes with like maybe your size." I'm like, "Okay, sure." And they tried me at free safety.
Nope.
Couldn't do it. I can't run forwards, let alone backwards. So that's fun. I fucking got and I'm slow. I'm so slow. Like, I've always been the slowest person. So they did like 3 practice plays, and they're like, "Okay, you need to do a back pedal. You need to do this zone right here, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, "What's a zone? I don't really understand that." So I just backpedal, and I just see these people run by me, and then I touchdown. And I'm like, "Did I do it right?" So they're like, "All right, so let's try running back." And I ran, like the blocking assignments, how they make the hole.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they have to play like, okay,
A hole, B 5.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like 3, 5, 6, 7, and then others had 2. Anyways.
Yeah, odd left. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll play be like 5, blah blah blah. I can't remember. So I'm like, "Oh, I got to run through that hole," and I was so specific with that. I would run right into that hole, even though there was, the biggest senior defensive lineman just like standing there, and I'll just run into him. It's time to go to fun, and I just get crushed, and they're just like, and I can just imagine, like, because my brother were huge, they were really like huge, big friends, like. They like hung out and everything, like these coaches with my brother. My brother's at college at the time doing his thing. I can just imagine that night the head coach coming home, and he calls Mike up, and he's like, "Man, your brother."
Something else.
What's wrong with that boy? I can just imagine that like conversation. My brother just going, "Yeah, just let him be a lineman." You just let him get hit and hit other people. There's not much you can do with that guy. So I did, and I ended up being a really pretty good defensive end. It took me until senior year, but I was able to do it at least.
Well, I mean, that's all that matters. You're able to do it.
I never quit. I was the only freshman that stayed the whole year that year, because they pretended like it was a fucking college. They didn't let freshmen play. And we had like the smallest team in the league.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, yeah. We were the fucking water getters and dummy drag outers, and yep. And I was like, "This is bullshit." And then all the other freshmen were like, "Yeah, this is bullshit. I quit." And I just kind of stayed. That's a lot of water for one person.
I almost quit one time because we were up by a lot, and the coach like wouldn't play other people. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh,
like you were playing." And sorry to cut you off. Like you were playing a whole bunch, like you were worn out.
No, it wasn't just me. It was just like just everybody. Like other people deserve to play, especially like if the first stringers are busting ass and they get a lot of score and it's just a blowout, you sub them out.
Right. Exactly.
And he wouldn't do that. And he was all like, and like I got into a fight with him. Like we were yelling at each other on the sidelines, and I was like, without us, it got to the point to where he was like, "Why don't you just go sit down?" And I was like, "That's fine. I don't really care. I'll go sit down." And I took my helmet off and I went and sat down on the bench. No, you weren't allowed to sit. You had to stand. So I went and sat down. Yeah, I just went and kicked it out. He comes up and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just doing what you told me to do." And he was like, "You need to stand up." And I'm like, "Fuck you. I'm not going to do shit." My parents are standing behind me because I'm like, "You aren't going to do shit. I am a kid in high school and I will fuck you. Like I will talk to you and there's not a single thing you're going to do." So he was like, "You're going to do what I said. This is my team." I'm like, "Without all these people standing here, you ain't shit. This ain't your team. This is our team." And it got to the point where like I reached underneath my shit, I was taking my straps off my thing because I was going to take it off. My dad jumped the fence and come down there, and he was like, "What are you doing?" My dad's thing was, when I was younger, if you quit something, you had to dig a hole, and you had to dig a hole until he told you to stop. And he was like, he came down there and I explained the situation. And he was like, if you want to quit, you can. And I get why you're going to do it. But he was like, you shouldn't quit over some piece of shit that didn't want to do what was right. He was like, why don't you stay, continue to play, and prove them wrong? So I stayed and played.
There you go. That's what's up right there. Our team was the complete opposite. They still wouldn't play other people, but we were getting killed by like 47-7. You know what I'm saying?
Guys,
like,
we got it.
Yeah, like they're just like, yeah, nope, first string, keep going. You know, like whatever. Yeah, it was Atherton's like literally, I think it was ranked the last.
Yeah.
Every year for the entire time I was in high school. I can count the amount of games we won on one finger because
is that school closed now?
I think so. I don't know for sure, but I think it's some kind of like GED program building.
Yeah, I know they shut down a bunch of the high schools and a lot of the Flint high schools, and they made everybody go to the other schools, which just that's a whole yikes too. But
there was a time I wanted to quit also, especially on my freshman year when it just sucked. We were losing. We went like 0-9 that year.
Ooh.
And I didn't play a second of any of the games, which I know I wouldn't have helped anyways. It's fine, but I mean, looking back,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you helped or not.
Every other freshman has already quit. Most of the sophomores have already quit because they weren't playing a lot either. And
how are they going to be able to find out if you're like just some hidden gem? You might suck in practice and get into a game, and then you could just fucking take off.
Right. I mean, I definitely know that I wasn't one, but
yeah, but still.
There were some freshmen that we played who were really, really, they were good when they started, because they would go back next year. I mean, these coaches got fired. I got different coaches every year because they would get fired. Like they wouldn't do shit for us, and then I'd be like, okay, well, I guess. It got to the point where substitute teachers were our fucking football coaches because they couldn't find anybody. And, I was like, probably there was 4 games left of the season, and I was just like, I don't want to fucking keep doing this. I don't want to keep showing up every day and running my ass off every day for the whole week, and then going to the game and just standing there with my pads on, going, yeah, go Wolverines, defense, blah, blah, blah. And then just lose and then go home. You know, like it sucked. And then my brother called me one day and he's like, how's everything going? And I was like, I don't know. I just don't want to keep going. Like nobody else plays. Like all the other freshmen have quit. I'm the only freshman there. And then there's like 2 sophomores, and he's like, well, why is everybody quitting? And I was like, because they don't get to play. And then, even then, we'd still get our ass kicked and we're losing by 30 points. And they're just like, yeah, no, you're a freshman. Go away. Go back to the sideline. And he's like, you just got to stick to it, man. You can't quit shit. Don't quit anything. You just start. If you start doing it, there's no reason to quit. There's not one good reason to quit doing something. And I ended up staying. And the next year, it was like I was one of the top sophomores for the JV team because I was the only one that stayed the whole year last year. I mean, but on the other end, it's like sometimes it is a good idea, like especially with like a job or something. You know, have you ever just quit a job without doing like a walkout?
No, it's because it's always been that mentality that my dad instilled in me. You just don't quit. You move on to better things, but you just don't quit.
I never knew my dad at all, so my brother was definitely a big part of that like whole aspect, I guess, because he's 4 years older than me, but he always did everything. You know, he went through things in life before I did.
Right.
Other than having kids, I was the first one to have a kid, and it was 1 month before he had a kid, and he was pissed. He's like, "What the fuck, dude? You're supposed to do that shit. And so he was always the one that was like, yeah, no, you gotta stick to it, blah blah blah, and all dad stuff, I guess. He was definitely a father figure. But he also beat my ass when I was a kid too. Because he's my brother. You don't have any siblings. You have siblings?
Yeah, I got a younger brother.
Did you beat his ass? Did you guys fight a lot?
I'm sure we did, but I can't remember.
There was a time we were washing the car in the driveway, and I kept fucking with him, and he hated getting like sprayed and stuff and getting wet. So like I would take the hose and I'd be like either rinsing off the car or something, and I just like, whoop, and I'd spray him, and he, what the fuck?
I've never physically hit my brother because my dad's rule was if I fought, whoever won the fight between me and my brother would have to fight him afterwards. So me and my brother have never physically, me and my brother have never physically fought.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we probably pushed each other around like that type of thing, but I mean, I'm 2 years older than him and I've always been taller. So, I mean, it would have been a wrap, but we've never. Yeah, no.
You think he'd like randomly come out with like spider monkey moves and fuck you up?
Well, he's the type who will pick something up. He's not a brawler. Yeah, he's the
get a weapon.
Yeah, like there was one day, my brother got into a fight with somebody, and he came home, and he didn't say anything. He went to the back behind our house, and my dad did a lot of like construction jobs or whatever bullshit thing, and then we had stuff back there, and he grabbed just fucking 2x4 with his hand and was just walking out. My dad opened the door and he was like, "Boy," and my brother turned around and he was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm gonna go beat this guy's ass." And he had to have been young. He was younger, and he was just like, I got a weapon now. So my brother couldn't fight. He was little and he was picked on a lot. But if he found something, he would kill you with it. So I never fought my brother. I know I could beat my brother's ass. Even to this day, I know I could. But like, it would be if at any time he found something he could use, he wouldn't stop. He would beat the fuck out of you until you were unconscious. And then he'd probably piss on you. I don't know. He's crazy. But
well, you gotta go there, man.
Yeah. No, but I mean, just the way he is.
Take the 4x4, fucking take your head off and just start pissing.
Man, it's crazy.
So like, and I would just like kind of, and I'd spray him on purpose, but like on accident, right? You'd be like, he's starting to get mad, and I'd wait a couple minutes, and I'd do it again. And then he's like, if you do that again, if you do it one more time, I'm going to take this scrubber. It was a long metal pole. It was a hollow pole, but it was metal. And it was like, had a scrubber at the end. And he's like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to break it over your fucking legs. And
you did it one more time?
I waited about 30 seconds because that's why I'm like this.
Yeah, you have
I'm
to.
the little brother. I have little brother syndrome. I do it to everybody. I do it to you. You know. I do it to all my other friends. That's why I don't have a whole lot. Anyways, so I do it again.
Do you talk to your other friends like the way you talk to me?
Oh, yeah. Huge, big time. Do it again. And he's like, fucking, I told you, man. And he came at me and he legit wrapped that fucking thing around my leg, broke it in half. Like he had it, it was so much pain. It was so bad. This is fucking a welt from like the top of my knee all the way up to like the edge of my ass cheek. Like this giant welt. He fucking broke that thing in half on me. And so, of course, my reaction is just blood-curdling scream until my mommy comes and helps me. And she comes out and says, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I told his ass to don't spray me. And I broke the shit over his fucking leg. Like, he was like, fuck this. And she's like, what the hell? And they end up like, she's screaming at him. And they're like pushing each other and shit. Like it was like, whoa. And he's like,
how old were you?
I don't know. I think I was young. I think I was like, I want to say 9, 10-ish. Maybe a little younger.
So he's in his teens.
Yeah, he was like that 13, 14 age. And he's like, I'm calling the fucking police on you. And he does. He calls the police. And they come by and they're like, what the fuck's going on? What is happening? And he starts telling the story. And he's like, yeah, you deserve to get your ass beat for fucking breaking a metal pole over your little brother for him spraying your ass with some water. What the hell is wrong with you? He's like, she beats me. And he's like, I'm about to fucking beat you.
Yo, cops couldn't do that now, man. Everybody records them and like, this cop that.
You know, he just like was like real about it. He's like, no, dude, like, you don't fucking do that shit. Well, I'm annoying. I got it. I get it.
Do you still get it?
I still get. Oh, I get it more now than
I can get it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm annoying as fuck.
No,
I push buttons. I know I do. I do it on purpose too. And it's like I might be another condition. We can look that up, Gus. Yes. Why do we push buttons?
Why do we push buttons?
Yeah, there's been plenty of times where I've literally just like I would fuck with him. I would fuck with him until he got to the point where he'd beat my ass. And then I'd get him in trouble because he beat my ass. And I didn't do shit. Even though I did. And I knew it. I'm a terrible person. I need therapy. I think I do. I wonder what a conversation with a therapist would be like with me.
You'd probably insult them.
Have you ever had therapy?
When I was younger, yeah.
I had it. Oh, okay. I have had it once, but I don't want to talk about why. Only because it's like legal issues. And it was like when I was a teenager and shit.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah. I had therapy because I was bullied so much that I wanted to
hurt yourself.
Yeah. Had dreams about it, all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, how was that? Like, did you just have it once? And then it was like, oh, okay.
No, it was a full like session. It was a couple week long session. But yeah, it was just the one time.
Did it help?
I'm here.
It's like you were like to the point where you wanted to kill yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you try?
I don't know. I think I got too scared and I was telling my parents about it. And that's when they were like, let's get you some.
Okay.
Because I went to do you know Civic Park, the school? Have you ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it.
It's a school in east side of Flint, and I was one of 2 white kids.
You were at that school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of 2 white kids, so I mean I was bullied religiously.
Oh really?
So yeah. Yep. Just for
like were they just like being mean because you were white or because okay.
Yep. I mean I was stabbed with a pencil. I was jumped by about 10 guys, kids. I had snow kicked down my throat. I couldn't breathe.
Jesus.
It was bad. They would staple me with the stapler.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad.
To something or just like take the stapler, open it up and fucking whop you?
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yep. Teachers wouldn't do shit about it. Nobody would do anything about it.
No.
It got to the point to where my mom and dad, we had a Rottweiler. And they had to walk me to school with the dog because I would get bullied every single day. I'd come home without shoes. I'd come out without shoes, my coat, backpacks.
Oh,
and we were little. And we were little. We were like 3rd grade, man.
No shit.
Little, very little.
So how long did how long did you go through that?
It was an entire year. It was an entire year, and then we moved.
So in 4th grade, you were like to the point where you're like, fuck this life.
I think it was before then. I think it was like 2nd, 3rd grade,
no
4th grade, something like that. I was young. I can't remember the year, but yeah, I actually like I had out of school counseling and then in school counseling as well. I still remember the guy's name. I had to go talk to him in school.
And you did it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it had to have been something like that.
Yeah. Huh.
Have you ever accidentally overdosed on something?
I don't know. Like, no. No, not overdosed. Like legitimately.
No, yeah.
I know. Like I got to the point where, like, my biggest overdose would be like a really bad hangover, and that's not like.
I ate a whole bottle of the Flintstone vitamins.
What does that do?
I had to go get my stomach pumped.
No shit.
Yeah.
Too much vitamin B, dude.
Something. I just remember I had to go get my stomach pumped.
Did it hurt? Like what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how old you were?
No, but that was I was younger. I was 6, 5.
You ate a whole bottle?
A whole bottle.
Because I know I used to have those, and I used to have them on my dresser, and I'd eat like 3 or 4.
No, it was an entire full bottle, and my mom and dad found it
because they were so good.
They were so good. The chalky ones,
candy,
but they're still fruity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd just pop them like over once in a while. Yeah. But I never ate a whole bottle. I think I was always so scared to do anything wrong because I was one of those people that would put fear into everything.
My dad did too.
Did he? And so if I did something, I would tell him myself for like if I did something wrong. Like it wouldn't even be something bad. It would be like a minor thing. Like I just went pee and it got a little bit in the toilet and I wiped it off. And later on, I'm like, Mom, I peed on the seat of the toilet. She's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I cleaned it. And she's like, you're fucking weird, dude.
Nope, wasn't like that.
And then I would go to my room and talk to myself out loud.
I'd believe that.
So I'm not a normal person by any means.
We also
never have, never will. I used to sleep with my eyes open. Have you ever gotten anything like that? And the only reason I know
is, how would you know? Yeah, please tell me.
That's what I was gonna say. So I don't know if I was sick or if it was just like I took a nap one day. Like I was you know what? So we were doing 2 days in summer, and it was like I had to walk there and back. And so I did our 2 days, the hour in between, and chill out at the school, just waiting, and then go do it again, walk back home. And so I got home and I was just super fucking tired that day. So I just took a nap, but I was laying there, and apparently my mom explained it. She went into my room and I was just laying there like this. And she come closer. She's like, Dan. And I'm like, and she kind of started getting scared, what's the fucking dad? She's like, Dan. And I'm like, ah. She's like, what were you doing? And
I can't imagine how dry your eyes must have been.
And that's the thing. I'm like, I was sleeping, and then my aunt fucking felt like bags of sand. And she's like, you were sleeping? Your eyes were wide open. And I'm like, I don't know if it happens often. That's the only time that I knew that was a legit thing. I guess. Do you ever sleepwalk?
Not that I've ever been informed of.
Sorry. You said someone said something?
That they ate a whole bottle of ibuprofen when they were young. Didn't know really enough to realize that it wasn't going to do it.
Oh, God.
Ibuprofen eats away your stomach and stuff, doesn't it?
That'll mess your liver up.
Yeah.
It'll mess a lot of shit up, especially if you're eating a whole bottle of it.
Damn.
So yeah, I've never really. I've been through depression. And pretty deep depressions.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm yawning so much, and but it never was to the point where I'm like, okay, I've thought what it would be like to commit suicide
or that, yes.
But I never was close to okay, let me do it, because basically I was like, I don't think whatever I would, I don't think I'd do it. I don't think I would go through with it.
That's why I wear this.
That was my thought. What does that say? Brandon? Is that in memory of
my cousin, my little cousin?
Your cousin?
Yep.
I remember
18 years old.
18? That's so sad, man.
I remember a bottle of peroxide on accident. What the
Oh, on accident.
Sorry, you're so taken back by that. You're like, just accident.
Well, peroxide is usually in like a medicine cabinet or something. You just take it like, oh man, this looks like it tastes good. I'm going to accidentally drink that.
Wait, Kitty, you meant to eat the whole bottle? Isn't it Tylenol?
Yeah, I think that's what I got from it when she's like, when I didn't know it would wasn't
gonna do it. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's that. I mean,
isn't it Tylenol that you can OD on? I think it's Tylenol, not ibuprofen.
I think it's anything if you really try.
Yeah,
anything.
True. I mean, gut vitamins.
Exactly. Eating a whole bottle of ibuprofen, I probably should have got your stomach pumped too. I don't know what exactly happened, but that's the thing too. That's what goes on. Is like then they do it and then they hide it, and that's when the real issues happen because they're like embarrassed to. I don't know. This is a deep ass fucking concept or conversation. Well, we'll do one.
We can talk about it. I don't care. I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, the big thing is, well, that's part of it, though. So you're talking about your cousin. When I was in high school, I was junior year, and it was like the senior. There's a senior girl, most popular girl in the school, like by far. Best looking girl in the school by far. And then like I used to I'm sorry. She was a senior. I was a freshman. And she was in a freshman math class. Well, it wasn't a freshman math class, but it was like general math. Yeah. And because there was 3 or 4 seniors in that class. It's just because they just weren't good at math. I mean, technically, I went from that math class to algebra back to that math. So when I was a senior, I was in the same. I was terrible at it. So she was one of the, she was in that class with a couple others, and she's like everybody loved her. Everybody and she was so nice to everybody and like perfect.
Do you still remember her name without saying it out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Is she still hot?
Yes. She like me remembering her. Yes.
No, now is she hot now?
No, because I haven't finished the story yet.
Oh, all right.
No, like you'll understand.
Okay, I will. No, she's not hot. I haven't finished the story. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying not to laugh because it's a serious. She would sit in front of me.
Oh, no, I haven't know where this is going. Okay, go.
Yeah. So she sat in front of me in that class. And it was actually the girl that my brother took to prom his senior year. And she was a junior. And then she was prom queen and all that. So I kind of knew her, but not really. We never really talked or anything. Right. But I knew of her and I knew she was just like...
Yeah, I know.
Most popular.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then one day she's just like not there, and she just stopped coming. And like I remember the day we all had to like go to the gym, and like they announced that she took her own life, and it's like everybody's just like, what? It's just crazy how you never know what someone is like going through on the inside, and it's just insane to think about. Like you never ever know. Like she was, it's just the typical like I'm happy on the outside, and then go home. Yeah, I mean you don't know what's going on in their life at home or anything. I mean, I'm sure she had a lot of issues with what was going on to make her do what she did. And yeah, so it's like, it was just, then I get home from school and my brother finds out, and it was tough, man. That's a shitty situation. Even like a person like me who I didn't even, like, I knew her name and I knew who she was, and I knew my brother was really, really good friends with her. But I didn't talk to her or anything, and it was still like, I remember going to the funeral and it's just like seeing her in the casket laying there, and you're just like, a week ago you were sitting in front of me in the classroom. And yeah. Okay, so that was the deepest I can possibly probably get.
That's what she said, yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What did you say?
I don't. Nothing. I have my own view about people.
Do that fucking joke right there?
Yeah, I have my own view on people who do suicide, but you know, just my view.
What is it?
Nah, man.
Come on, that's one of the points of this.
I believe. Clearly, I am. You can't. I don't want to say I'm against suicide. You know, you can't. You're obviously.
You can't. I mean,
not
you
for
can't be
it,
for.
But, you know, like clearly, like Wrist, Valhalla Project, 22 a day, about veterans who take their own life. You know, that type of thing. I don't know. Personally, I believe that the people who choose to do that are selfish, because
See, that's a good way to put it.
It's the only way that I can think of putting it right now, because you never fix any problems. You just make more for everybody else. So, I mean, the way like my aunt, you know, my cousin might have fixed his temporary problem, but now, now you're on a fucking a bracelet, you know?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, then you got those people that will blame themselves for it or feel guilty in some way anyways. And
maybe I feel that way towards kids, young adults, but like people who've been through things and maybe think kids and stuff like that I think of are fitting the same criteria. They've been through things that is unspeakable, right. You know, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But when you know, I don't know. I just think that doing it is a selfish act, because you're not fixing anything. You're just making yourself feel nothing. So.
Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from. It is like a very, I don't know, and that's the thing about,
it's a bad
like, whenever
word.
I was
selfish to describe it, but that's just the best, for the lack of better words.
I honestly don't think it is a bad word. I think that is one of the words to describe it, because it is. I mean, like you said, you never know what that person's going through. You never know what's going on in their head or how their head is or anything. I mean, I've dated people that were suicidal at points in their lives and in the situation.
Can anybody consciously say that they've never thought about it? I think every person in this entire who's ever taken a breath has been suicidal. They're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
There's just parts or
some people just have more balls. I mean, realistically, you know, unfortunately, they're not the good ones.
Right.
Somebody said Kitty said, I'm used to suicidal ideation. I have PTSD. It's not selfish. It's just ended self-suffering. Mind you, I'm 31, have it that way since I'm 11. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. Like, people who have unspeakable or speakable, if you talk about it, events in their life that make them feel like they're, like, one thing I can attribute to is people who may have been subject to multiple kinds of assault. And I hope you understand what I'm saying without actually saying it. Younger, you know, that type of thing. Maybe kids feel like they're just not worth it, you know? Maybe parents make them feel they're not worth it. that type of thing. You know, she's speaking since I assume it's a she. I gender assuming here. Shame on me. It's 2021, but I assume, you know, she might have went through something. Somebody might have went through something that's just that they just can't get over, and that's just the best way to do it. But you're right. You doing that would end. Yes, I'm a she. Okay, doing that would end self-suffering. Absolutely. But
what's that face?
Someone in chat just randomly put a place on the earth. Modesto, California.
I wonder, have you ever been?
I've never
been to. Yeah, I've never been
out west.
I hear, like, I always think of like states I'd want to go to in the U.S. I feel like I want to go to Colorado, and I don't know why.
Carol Kitty, if you want to, you don't have to put it in chat. You can whisper it to me, and then I can ballpark it if you want to share. But anyways, what you're saying?
I don't remember. Oh,
you thinking about states you want to go to?
Colorado, and I don't really know why. It's mountainy. There's not a lot of people there.
I'd go to Colorado.
I don't like find, like, you know how like people are like, oh, I'm gonna go visit New York or LA, or I find that, like, I don't want to do that. There's just so many people.
Somebody's here says they live there.
Colorado?
Yeah. I'd want to go Texas, California, Colorado. I want to go to Oregon. I hear such good things about that. What? Yeah, Oregon, because that's where Andy Stumpf lives. He's an ex-Marine podcaster, Navy. Or sorry, wow, he'd beat the fuck out of me. U.S. Navy SEAL.
You're done fucked up.
He lives there. Yeah, he beat the fuck out of me. He lives there, and he says it's one of the most beautiful places on earth. People
Oregon,
get mad at him.
What area? It's not Portland.
No, maybe it's not Oregon. Maybe it's. I'd have to.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Portland. Maybe it is beautiful.
I have only been in a straight line: Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky,
same.
Tennessee, and then Florida.
Yeah. Yep.
Cypher wants to go to the Bahamas. I can put you to the Bahamas, Cypher. Sorry, it's a 5M joke.
I don't know what that means.
It's a 5M joke.
Oh. Ooh.
When we ban somebody,
5M, how's that been going?
When we ban somebody, we say Montana it's not Oregon, it's Montana. Montana. That's what.
Okay. That's where you want. Okay.
That's where I'd go.
That sounds better. I was like, Oregon, there's nothing there.
You like, so when we talk about people banning people in 5M, we call it like they took a trip to the Bahamas. So when Cypher said he wants to go to the Bahamas, I said I can make sure you get to the Bahamas.
Yeah. So you're threatening to ban him.
No, I'm promising if he wants it.
That's fucked up.
I don't care.
Now your server is whitelisted now? What exactly does that mean?
Well, this means you can't. It's a closed server, which means you have to apply to get in.
Actually, let's back it up a little bit. We haven't even talked about this ever on the podcast, have we? On this one,
the server?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
So what is? Okay, yeah, go ahead. What is it?
What I do?
What is a 5M server?
So 5M specifically, I don't know if they do other things, which I don't think they do.
I don't think so either.
In his stream, his mic is muted and yours is doubled. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. Good. Thank God you're taking my VOD.
That's me. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, my audio's fucked. So
5M is a server hosting where you could go through and not server hosting. How do you describe 5M? You can find servers that are there to role play Grand Theft Auto 5. And that's what I do. I'm an RPer sometimes.
So basically you go in on it's a modded server, right? Is that the right way to say it?
It is a developed server
online for Grand Theft Auto 5, which is a video game, and it's our role play. So you can make any character you want.
You create a character, you create how they look, you create a name, you create a backstory, and then you can go do civilian life. Like my server specifically, you can go be a miner, you can pick rocks, you can go fishing, you can go do trash, or you can be a paramedic, a doctor, a cop, or you can be a criminal. You can sell drugs, you can rob banks, you can get in chases, you can rob houses, or rob jewelry stores for jewels, rob pack standard for big banks, which is specific standard, which is like a federal bank. It's a big bank. Like, if you can think about it, you can fly planes, you can drive boats, you can drive BMWs, Audis, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, GTRs. I know those are really popular. You can do all of that inside of this server that has just been built by two of the hardest working devs I know. So
how many hours did they put on that? Like the developers, like how they're working basically all the time, right?
For free, yeah. Yeah, we all work
for how long have they been doing that for?
I don't know how long they've been doing it specifically, but I have known them coming in just 2 months shy of a year.
It's a long time, and they love doing it. I'm guessing.
I think they love the act of developing, yes.
Because, I mean, I wouldn't do something that I don't love for more than a year for free.
Yeah, for free. None of us make a single cent off of it, but we just...
So you are one of the admins, right? Like you are one of the staff members.
Yeah. Sorry, got thrown off again. Yeah, management there. Yeah, I help ensure everybody could have what they need, and
so you're the one that if someone's fucking around, you're the one that makes them go away.
No, the rest of the staff team does. I don't do that. You
don't do that no more.
No. Well, I mean, I can, but I have brought on some of the greatest staff members I've ever had the pleasure of working with, who monitor the server itself, the Discord that we have, and try to provide the best quality experience that somebody could want while clicking connect to our server.
That was like the most professional answer I've ever heard on anything. Like, so here's the thing. If the mics were off right now, would you say the same exact words?
No.
Okay. Like your honesty. Anyways, so
do you want me to be honest?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to.
I know.
I'll tell you off air.
I know that the people that you work with, like you tell me.
Oh, okay. As far as being honest about who I have surrounding me and who is in the circle, yes, some of the best people I've ever worked with. What they do is definitely sugar coated.
Gotcha.
What they do and what they have to deal with, the same thing with the developers and everybody else, is sugar coated. It's Christmas cookie sugar coated. So you're
a cop in the city.
Yeah, commander. I'm the chief of police. I run the department.
Basically, go in and you role play as a cop.
Yes,
and you follow what rule? Like you make your own laws up.
No, we have laws written, but we're mostly kind of. Yeah, we do United States laws. It's basic laws, attempted murders, speedings, drug sales, that type of thing, and then they're altered for the server itself. Like you should rob a store, you got store robberies, like that type of thing. But what I do is, if I catch a criminal, they are actually sentenced to a certain amount of time in jail. They pay fines. There are traffic stops. If you're speeding, I pull you over. I give you a citation. I have learned a lot of actual laws from people that I've played with, like John Knight. He's an actual military police. Risky, I used to play with. He was a cop, now in the military. Bunch of other people that I played with before, but like that's what I do sometimes when I want to get in.
So let's say someone gets into your server, like it's whitelisted, right? So they have to like apply for it, but you're accepting them, right? For the most part.
There have been people that have been denied. There are stipulations to the application.
Let's say let's say I look at the application, you can fuck with it and be like, get in pretty easily, right? Like if I were just hypothetically.
Yeah, I would say, what do you mean fuck with it?
Like I could just put the answers that I know that you guys want.
Not really, because we have a select group of people who actually read it, and if they feel like it's just too much cookie cutter, they'll be like, "This is just Googled answers." Because in certain questions, it'll literally say, "In your own words, tell us what this means."
Right.
And if we feel like it was stolen offline or Google or something like that, we're just going to tell them, like, no. If you're too lazy to actually tell us in your own words, then you're too lazy to provide quality roleplay.
Okay, so now the reason you have this application for people to go into your server is so you basically to make sure this person that wants to be in the server wants to go into roleplay, not just to fuck around and act like it's GTA Online, right?
That was one of the key factors of doing it. The largest one was due to people hacking. As far as like you can come in with an administrative menu that you can purchase and come into a server and blow servers up, spawn ramps, spawn flames, teleport people, and there'd be nothing you could do about it. So what the whitelisting does is it's impossible for people to load into the server unless they are approved whitelisted through the Discord. So right now, if you're not whitelisted, you cannot hit connect. It will tell you you're not able to. So if you just want to come in and kill a bunch of people and then leave, it's impossible. So you have to submit the application to get in, so we can, and that's how we mitigate wizards is what we call them.
Okay.
And it also, we're still working on the aspect of raising the bar of quality role play, but that's what it's essentially there for as well.
Well, so what would be the point of someone being a wizard? Nothing.
Just to stroke their own ego. They live in their mom's basement and they have no.
Why anybody else would cheat?
Why would you cheat at Call of Duty? Game? That type of thing. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Because you're not good. I mean, that's the only reason people cheat, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a little different because in a roleplay server, you're supposed to make a character and do your own story.
Hey, man, you'd be very surprised in this community.
I just feel that's what I'm just saying. Like, it would be weird. I feel like it would be weird to go to a specific server and say, especially a roleplay server like this, where you are supposed to make your own story up, I guess, in a way. And then be like, oh, I'm going to have jets and bazookas. Well,
that's that people do that just to ruin fun. Like, they're little kids who got bullied and they're trying to
be trolls.
Be keyboard warriors. What irritates most of us the most is when people do it on a server they actually play with. Like you know how you can do the aim hacks and stuff like that on Call of Duty?
Yeah.
You can do that in Grand Theft Auto as well.
Okay.
And people have done that. So.
Gotcha.
That part. Part.
On your server, like, let's say it's developed.
It's still, our server is 24 hours a day being developed. It's being developed daily. There's always updates, bug fixes, new things being brought in.
Yeah, so it's constantly changing and
growing,
whatnot, right? Yeah, growing, yeah. Is the fact that there's developers on it? Are there like mechanics to, like, let's say gunplay or driving? Are there different mechanics as to like a regular GTA? Like, I'm playing GTA 5. Single player, multiplayer, whatever. No, you go to the server, is there different mechanics?
No, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, the only thing there is like if you go to Grand Theft Auto Online, you have like the scroll wheel for your weapons. Yeah. We don't have that. We have an actual inventory box, hotkeys. You actually have to eat and drink or you'll die. You can take drugs, coke, weed, meth for bonuses like speed and armor. Oxy is there, oxycodone's there, or you get a little bump in armor and health, whatever it does. We have stress. If you're doing illegal things like firing your weapon, breaking into houses, it'll stress you out. Your screen will shake a little bit. It'll flash in and out. You could realistically live an entire life there. I know people who've built relationships from it that's extended outside of it. That type of thing.
Huh. So you got the cops. Is your server gonna be? Do you have like a lot of people that are doing like, what would you call it? Civilian, right?
Do you have a lot of people
that like, or is it going to be like, oh, I'm either going to be a criminal, or I'm going to be a cop, or I'm going to be an EMT, and that's really it? Is there people that will like literally have a storyline and do their own thing? Yeah. Like, do you have a lot of that, or is it mostly?
It's mostly black and white. It's mostly like good or bad. But there are a lot of people who sit in between and just ride that line and do that. Like there are people who are just mechanics. They just want to get in there and they want to work on cars in a roleplay server. Yeah. They edit cars, they fix them up, they do this, they do that, all of that.
What would be something? What would the way your server is right now? No, it's not. Whose is it? Whose server is it? Yours, or is it everybody's?
It's everybody's. From the regular old whitelisted member to watch you and Gus and Ayo and me sitting at the top.
Because they all are a part of it.
Every single person. Okay. All the staff members. None of us claim to be owner, because without them, without everybody that just hits connect, we it's not ours. You know.
What's one of the craziest role plays that you've done? Or I guess, what was your one of your favorite? Like maybe a scenario that happened, or maybe
I landed a Dodge Durango on a billboard once unintentionally.
That was your favorite role play?
No, but you said a crazy thing, and it's pretty unheard of. So.
Is it?
Yeah, it was pretty magical on how I did it.
Do you have the clip?
Oh yeah. Of course, right? Yeah, it's one of my most.
You landed it was
so you know how you have a flat billboard, right? Flat. Mm-hmm. You have that little walking thing that they can walk on to replace the billboard. Yeah. I hit a jump and tilted the Durango so the wheels landed flat up against the billboard. So I was able to actually hit the accelerator and drive off the billboard.
Oh shit. Yeah. So the reason I asked a bunch of those questions, which I pretty much knew the answer to, was for this, because I wanted to just talk about it, and I know we haven't yet. I've played on the server.
Yeah.
I used to be a member on the server back before it was whitelisted. I don't anymore, and there's not a reason why. It's not like I don't like it.
It's just not for some people. Yeah, and it's
the time wise, and also yes, some people it's just it's too much for me. It's too much.
Yeah, when you tried to learn how to be a cop, you couldn't.
I was a cop, and it was the most stressful week of my life.
Try having John Knight train you, that motherfucker.
No, I couldn't do it.
So it's just, and when people ask me, they're like, what do you play? I don't, most of the time, I don't tell them that I role play.
I think I was one of the only people at work
I stream Grand Theft Auto.
And I was literally prodding. I was like, what do you mean? Trust me, I'm a nerd. I want to know.
Yeah. So, and then when people find out what I do, they're pretty interested, but it's always a weird conversation starter. I role play. Because when you think of role play, you think of not video game-esque stuff. So
yeah,
think of other things.
Other things. I like that. So. No, there's it's funny because one of the last times I did role play as a cop, I was still a recruit, and I was actually set with you, and you were doing some training with me, and you ended up getting fucking kidnapped. The whole scenario, it was crazy. It was a crazy time. The fact that you can make basically anything happen in the server, it's very interesting. But I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and you ended up getting kidnapped by a group of. They had towels on their head and shit.
You were there when I got kidnapped at the Legion, and they kidnapped me, took me to the mine.
Yeah, that was you. I was part of that. So you got kidnapped, and I got out of the car, and I had my hands up like I was a recruit. I basically acted like I didn't know what the fuck. I really didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I could have just got my gun out and started shooting and fucked the whole scene up. But I was like, nope, that's not one of the rules. You don't do that. And I really tried to I actually went in. I read the rules. I read how to do this, and I tried to do it right. which I think I did fine. I just, after a while, I was just like, I want to do
it's overwhelming. It is.
There's a lot of numbers to remember.
Oh, the call signs?
Yeah. I could not get that shit.
Yeah.
There's a
1097, the latest 1013.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
So what my whole experience with that was after that, there was maybe like 2 or 3 more times where I went in, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna stop.
Nothing wrong with that, you know?
And strictly because like I knew I wasn't doing good, I knew I wasn't learning, and I knew I wasn't like.
I know the funny thing about it is you were doing good.
That's part of my like issue though. I always feel like I'm doing this. I still do that shit at work. I feel like I do terrible at my job, and people are like, "Dude, you like are one of the best," and I don't feel like that ever. You know, I just don't. I've never been like that. So that's probably one of the issues with it. I just felt like I was doing terrible, and I would always be nervous. I'd be so it's a video game. Why am I getting nervous to play a video game?
My first time I ever role played, I was being trained as a cop by John Knight. And a fun fact about John Knight is military police within the military. I'm not going to give out the branch or anything. Like actually stationed somewhere now as military police.
Yeah.
And he was the one that trained me. And anyways, so what we were doing is we were doing practice on catching somebody speeding. Like we had a whole academy, a bunch of recruits, all dressed in yellow, blah, 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 being fully trained like you would on a police force. I went up to him and I was like, "How you doing, sir? My name is Levi Atlas with the I think I was a sheriff then. So I was like the Los Santos Sheriff Department. Or the whatever sheriff department was, I think that was it. And I was like, "I'm pulling you over today because I caught you going 74 and a 35. He's like, "Oh yeah, would you catch me going 74 on?" I was like, "I got you on my radar and my cruiser back there." And he was like, "Don't you mean your LiDAR?" And I was like, "No, I mean my radar." He was like, "Sir, I think you mean your LiDAR." And when he was saying that, I thought he was calling me a liar.
Yeah.
So it frustrated me and pissed me the fuck off. So I like ignored him and just carried on with the scene. And then afterwards, he told me, he's like, "No, they're called LiDARs, and what you catch people on." And I was like, he was like, "Radar's the thing you hold in your hand. LiDAR is the one that's on top of your car." And I was like,
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's just fucking with you and calling you a liar.
You're a little bitch for telling me that.
He's just being legit. Like, no.
He's being legit. He's trying to teach me. And I'm like, "You're calling me a liar.
This is what it is."
Yeah, you fucking twat.
That's funny. And so you get taken away. And then I'm in the middle of the street, and I remember Mara and Sean, like, I get into a helicopter with them randomly. Like, it wasn't random, but it just happened that way. So I'm in the Air One and just like sitting in the back, like, and they're just doing their thing, and they're all talking this cop jargon, and they're searching for these people, and I'm like, "Yep, my monitor's too small to see, so." I'm just gonna be quiet. And we ended up finding them, and we do we had a whole stakeout thing. It was like
shootout afterwards,
hours long. And it was so funny because I knew at the time it was happening. They just wanted me to go not be there. So they're like, "You see the top of the mountain right there?" Which was like, so the mine opening was there, and the top over here, like where I couldn't see anything. "Go up there and make sure nobody leaves." So I go up there and I'm just standing there. Like, I ended up going on the radio. I'm like, "Can I get some food?" Because they had like food delivery coming in. They're like, "Yeah, just make it quick." I'm like, okay. So it definitely felt like I was a new recruit cop. And then we ended up storming it in, and we got everything. Yeah. It was fun, but there was a good hour. I'm just on top of the hill, and they
some
don't want me
slow,
here.
Some days it's overwhelming. So.
It was funny.
So. What do you think? We talked about some deep shit. What do you think about cutting it off right there on a happy story?
I think that's a good time because we definitely talked shit to each other, and then we kind of joked around, and then we got super deep. And then we talked about this. So that's a lot. A lot in one time. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
I'm going to go play New World.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I remember the world. Vad Doggo. Yep.
Khal Drogo. That one right there.
Good. Yeah, I like the character. So house cleanup. Let's see here. What are you on? What do you got? What's your socials? What's your this and that? And the podcast stuff.
I don't know. Acadian.
On everything, basically, right?
Yeah. Acadian, AKKADIAAN. Instagram, Twitter.
I can never spell that right, even when I know it.
Yeah, socials will be in the bottom. Dan's going to put them there. All right, guys.
And so we got This Is Anything Goes. This will be coming up on audio only every Tuesday at 8 a.m. And anywhere you listen to your podcast, really. And we do have a YouTube, and it's going to be Anything Goes with Alex and Dan that comes up noon on every Tuesday. Check it out. Follow, subscribe, like it, comment. I would love to start seeing comments on like the YouTube videos.
If they gave us stuff to talk about, I would love to debate with you and do things like that. So
we also have on a thing called anchor.fm. If you go to anchor.fm and look up Anything Goes with Alex and Dan, our website will show up. You can click on any of the links that are there that will take you to any of the podcasts on our platform. So if you want to look at on YouTube, you click on the thing that says YouTube. Same thing with Spotify, Breaker, anything that is up there that should be available with all our episodes. Go there, and you can even leave a voice message. Click on the message, and you can record your little voices, and I can hear you beautiful people talk about anything you want.
Because anything goes.
Anything goes. And if you want to, you can
keep going.
Ask questions. You can give us topics to talk about for the next episode, because there is a lot of times where Alex don't know what the fuck he wants to talk about. Sorry, I had to bring it up.
Carol Kitty, the stream is not ending. You're free to hang out. Now you're just talking shit. So
Kitty.
I'm gonna hang up. Yeah, Don't listen to him. Don't. I fucking hate you. Goodbye.
Bye.